Okay, so you're in Sea Power, right? You make a fire scenario. It's the best you've ever made. And you want to share it with your friends, right? It's a little convoluted right now, I will say. And it has a lot of steps. I've tried to make this tutorial 3 times, and I personally have forgotten a couple of them along the way. But we've got this now. You're going to hit, first off, save as, under user missions, whatever name you want your mod to have, your mod folder name. Now your mission name is going to be under the mission name heading. That's going to be what players see it as whenever they open it. This is just for use for you. You're going to hit save, mission saved, okay? Your first inclination may be to just go to mod manager, although that won't open. Your first inclination may just be to go to mod manager and open it up, right? And upload it. Well, sadly, it's not that simple. Not nearly that simple. What you have to do is you have to go to manage, browse local files, see power data, streaming assets, user missions. We're going to find our example mission right here. Again, this can be any other, mission that you may want. But right now, we're just going with this example mission, okay? Now I'm going to walk you through the folder structure you need to have before we complete any further steps. And we're going to make this on the desktop and then drag it into the game to make it as easy as I can for you. So you're going to go to new, folder, name your folder whatever name your mod has. So we're going to go with example. Okay. Open up the example folder, and we're going to actually go back into the game. So browse local files, see power data, streaming assets, user missions, and there's an info.ini file here. Now this makes it so we don't have to create our own info.ini file. What this does is gives a description in the mod screen. So whenever you're looking at the mods and you're checking them off or unchecking them off, it gives you the name of the mod and a description. Without this, Steam would only put, I think it's a 12-digit series of numbers right there. And those numbers are how Steam designates your mod. You don't need to have this in your mod, but it does make it a lot more usable to end users. So we're going to name this example in all caps. And we're going to do our description, please work. Okay. And then we're going to save that. Save. We're going to drag that info.ini file over here. Replace the file in this destination. And then, after we have this info.ini file, we're going to be in our example folder and make a new folder called missions, missions. That's 3 S's. Okay. Now we're going to go into this missions folder and we're going to make another folder called example. This is where we will put the ini file that we got from the user missions section of the game. Now to go over that again, you have your initial folder called example, or it can be whatever you want. Inside that folder is the ini file, which gives the mod its name and description in the mod screen, and then a missions folder. Inside that missions folder is going to be another folder containing your missions. Yes, it's stupid, but this is what the game needs to be able to work for some reason. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open up Sea Power again, browse local files, save power data, streaming assets, user, missions. We're going to drag this back into there. The entire example folder, not just the example subfolder, and see how that's not working. We're going to grab it straight from the desktop and drag it in there. Okay. Now, this is where you're actually able to upload your mod. If the game wants to work correctly. We'll see. Now, once you're back into the game, you want to keep that missions folder open, okay? Because this is how we're going to tell if our mod actually worked. So you're going to keep that whole entire chain we went through after opening it up in Steam for the 3rd time. You don't have to reopen it. I'm just doing that to kind of illustrate which file path is for what. Keep it selected. We're going to use it in a minute. Go to Mod Manager, Create Mod, pick Folder, User, Missions, and then Example. Now don't click any further. Type the mod name. This is what's going to go on Steam. So we're going to type Example. Mod description, please work. We're going to make it private just because this is not going to be going to the public. Now you can also put an image in your mod. You might be asking, how do I do that? Well, we keep that folder open, and if you do decide last minute that you want an image in your mod, you're able to open it up all the way to the INI file containing the mission, okay? Now grab any photo that you may want. I grabbed this random AI generated trash off the internet. Has to be under 1 megabyte, so that's 1,000 kilobytes. Go to user missions, example, and then it's going to be right there. We can open it up and it's going to show, okay? That's what's going to show on Steam as the cover art and the main picture for the mod. You can add more photos inside Steam if you do want to later. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit submit mod. Okay. And it's going to show up on our Steam page. Now what we're going to do is we're going to subscribe to it. We're going to delete it from our own game. Don't delete it from your trash because the game is still very temperamental. We're going to relaunch and reconvene. Alrighty. And while you're relaunching the game, just make sure that you deleted the mission from your user missions folder or from your missions folder, depending. That's going to be the only way that we can actually tell that our mod is functioning correctly and is working. Now, we can finally check to see if it works. So we're going to go into Mod Manager. There's our mod right there. Example, subtext, please work. Okay. We're going to hit accept and then pray to the Lord above that we structured those files correctly. Because gosh, I've done this 4 times now and there's always a way to mess it up because it has to be the game's way or the highway, I'll say. And it's, yeah, it's a little frustrating, but that's why I made this video, because spending 3 days trying to figure it out was not fun, and I don't want anyone else to have to do that. Look at that. And then under example right there will be our example mission. And then that's it. What most people do is if you only have one mission, just name everything that one mission. If you do want to have a couple of missions inside one folder, just go to Steam, search like an example mod pack that you want to download, that you want to emulate, and then that'll be set. But we can hit play, and then look at that. It worked. Now you'll have your scenario in your game. Your friends will be able to have this scenario in their game. And it'll also be on the workshop. Ready to share with anyone you want. By the way, how you share a mod is you click on this link right here. It'll copy it to your clipboard and you can paste it anywhere you want. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this helped you out a little bit. This is Hunter. Have a good one.